The Frogstand is a basic and necessary skill to learn for all other hand balancing moves, such as the Handstand Variations and Planche Variations. With some determination, effort and the tips in this video, you should be able to learn and master the Frogstand in no time. Hello and welcome back to my channel, everyone. As you have seen in the introduction, today we'll be talking about the Frogstand, especially because it's the entry to all further hand balancing skills. Unfortunately, this one gets neglected a lot, and instead of practicing that, people start directly by trying to do handstands on the walls or tuck planches, whereas the first step is to actually understand how to balance on your hands and what muscles to activate, what to really focus on. And so we will be covering this today with the Frogstand. Let's go. So we start with the hands shoulder width apart in front of us. Next, we're gonna spread out the fingers and try to grab the floor for balance control maximization. And this is how balance control should look like in practice. In step 2, we make sure that our elbows are pointing backwards to stabilize our arms. Step 3 is activating the shoulders by pushing into the ground and simultaneously rounding your upper back. Lastly, we make sure to squeeze our abs before jumping on our feet, placing the knee on top of our elbows and leaning into the Frogstand. In fact, there are 3 basic variations to a Frogstand. The easiest one is with bent arms and knees on the side of the elbows. Here we have to actively push knees and elbows against each other, which is great because this helps with muscle activation and therefore stabilization. The classic variation is with bent arms and the knees placed on top of the elbows. In the ideal final position, we stack our hips right on top of our balancing point, which are the hands. Since most of the weight is now distributed towards the front side, we can comfortably balance it out by steadily pushing our fingers into the ground. The hardest variation requires straight arm strength and good wrist mobility, on top of a proper technique that I explained just a minute ago. This one will be very taxing on your arms and wrists, and for that reason make sure to work on straight arm strength and wrist mobility separately. Quick reminder, to avoid injury and pain, always warm up your wrists and take breaks in between attempts. Alright, so how do I get into the Frogstand in the first place? It's pretty simple. Get into the starting position, place your knees on the elbows. From there, you lean uncomfortably far to the front until your legs lift off the ground. Keep in mind to engage all the muscles from the starting position and work with your fingers to balance. Of course, it's not that easy as it sounds, and as you try it out, you realize it's pretty scary to lean forward. So, to take away the fear of falling on our heads, we can lay something soft in front of us, such as a pillow or a towel. The goal would be to get comfortable falling on our head and hence get rid of the mental block/fear. Once it's gone, we can go for the reps, for the hold attempts with much more confidence. Oh, and one fun fact, with the towel on the floor, we can practice a transition from a Frogstand into a headstand. Let's move on to the common mistakes in the Frogstand. First mistake are flat hands, hence less balance control. Second mistake is a flat back, hence no tension in the core. And the third one is not pushing through with the shoulders, which makes the Frogstand only more taxing in the shoulders. And so here we have a comparison of the Frogstand with good form on the right and bad form on the left. In case you didn't see any difference before, now you should. To summarize the Frogstand technique, fingers spread out and grabbing the floor, elbows pointing backwards, shoulders pushing out into the floor and the abs are squeezed. Before we round up this tutorial, I challenge you to try out this Frogstand drills once you are able to hold the Frogstand for approximately 30 seconds. First one are the knee to elbow taps, as you can see in the video right now. The second challenge would be the one leg Frogstand extension. Let me know in the comments if you were able to do any of them, and if so, for how many reps. I'm curious and I really would like to know. And that, my friends, is the end for today's video, so thank you very much for watching it again, for tuning in again. I hope you like it, so please, like it, share it with all your friends, all of them. Subscribe and that's really it. Have a nice day and see ya in the next video.